Hi, I'm Jessica Twentyman. I'm here in London at Cloud Day, and I'm joined by Michael Winterson of Equinix. One of the things we're seeing in cloud is a re-architecture of distributed applications that companies are undertaking to ensure that the cloud is able to deliver that exceptional user experience they want, either for their customers or perhaps for their own employees. So what is Equinix seeing in that area, and how do you define edge computing?
So once a client has made the decision to move into the cloud and they've solved a problem or two, they start realizing that there is this concept we call the edge. Edge is a bit of a buzzword today, but it is, as a concept, real. It's, I can't keep bringing all my data back to me or to a single cloud instance. So I need to store that data as proximate to my users as possible. I want my applications to be near that user, and I want them to be able to experience that application as if it was right next door to them. So people are re-architecting the application so that users can get better performance, be more productive. The other element is where devices and machines are creating so much data, the data is becoming too big itself to move. So instead of moving the data back to my core data center, I'm now re-architecting my application to live at the data point. And then that data itself may be collected not in one location, but if I'm a global company, I might be storing that data in 6 or 7 different locations. So I then have to look at how do I make the application interact with my data in 6 or 7 different regions and also be aware of what's going on around the world. And that's this big, big shift to edge computing.
So the cloud is about 10 years old now. Can I ask you to make a prediction about how you see the next decade, the second decade of cloud unfolding?
So I think the customers are convinced that they are going to migrate towards utilization of cloud services as a utility. So that's this sort of IaaS layer. So what I think you'll see large enterprises doing is coalescing around 4 or 5 trusted brands that are already known today, and these players will become the dominant providers of a core IaaS service for enterprise. But around that, what we're going to see is huge amounts of innovation. We talk about things like fintech or health tech or reg tech, where lots of companies will come up with SaaS-based services and will pitch them into business, and business will access these services, they'll connect to these services, they'll scale these services, and then they'll back them out if it doesn't fit their business process. So we're going to see huge amounts of development in the SaaS space. I think a lot of people are calling this things like microservices. We're going to see a big innovation in that space.
My final question for you, Michael, is this. If you had one piece of advice to give to an organization that wants to take this cloud journey, that wants to make its first steps on that journey, what would that advice be?
The advice is simple: no moonshots. Start small, prove a point, use cloud-based technology or distributed computing to solve one specific business problem or create one opportunity. Prove it, go back to management and say, this is what I delivered for my investment. If you double the investment, I'll double the deliverable. And I think that's the main way for companies to successfully deal with the big issue of migration to cloud.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for joining us.
Sure, thank you.